What if I told you there's a 2,500-year-old secret that could give you an unfair advantage in every negotiation, every competition, and every challenge you'll ever face? A principle so powerful that it's been used by history's greatest military commanders, business titans, and world leaders to achieve the impossible? Today, you're about to discover Sun Tzu's most transformative wisdom. Know yourself, know your enemy, and how to weaponize this ancient strategy to dominate in the modern world. I'm here to share the tactical insights that separate the victorious from the defeated, the leaders from the followers. Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." But this isn't just about ancient warfare. It's about escaping mental enslavement and conquering every endeavor in your life. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to apply this principle to outsmart competitors, win negotiations, and achieve strategic dominance in any field. Let's decode what Sun Tzu really meant by know yourself, know your enemy. This isn't surface-level advice. It's a complete strategic philosophy. Knowing yourself means conducting brutal self-assessment. What are your true strengths? Where are you genuinely weak? What triggers you emotionally? What resources do you actually have? Most people deceive themselves about their capabilities, which Sun Tzu identified as the foundation of defeat. Knowing your enemy goes deeper than gathering information. It means understanding their motivations, their decision-making patterns, their pressure points, and their blind spots. As Sun Tzu said, to know your enemy, you must become your enemy. You must think like they think, predict their moves before they make them. The profound truth here is that most conflicts are won or lost before they even begin, in the preparation phase. When you truly understand both sides of any equation, you can position yourself where victory is certain rather than hoping luck will favor you. History's greatest strategists mastered this principle, and their victories prove its power. Alexander the Great studied every enemy extensively before battle. Before facing Darius at Gaugamela, Alexander analyzed Persian military formations, understood Darius's psychological profile as a leader who relied on overwhelming force, and positioned his troops to exploit the Persian army's unwieldy size. Alexander knew his own army's superior mobility and discipline could outmaneuver the massive Persian force. Napoleon Bonaparte was obsessed with intelligence gathering and self-knowledge. He memorized detailed maps, studied enemy commanders' previous battles to understand their patterns, and constantly assessed his own army's morale and capabilities. His early victories came from engaging only when he had superior knowledge of both forces. Hannibal, when crossing the Alps to attack Rome, understood that Rome's strength lay in its disciplined legions and defensive position. He knew his own strength was mobility and psychological warfare. By appearing where Roman thought impossible, he turned Rome's defensive advantage into a weakness. Even Genghis Khan applied this principle brilliantly. Before conquering territories, Mongol scouts would spend months learning enemy customs, political divisions, and military capabilities. Khan understood that Mongol strength was speed and adaptability, while sedentary civilizations were strong in defense, but weak in rapid response. This ancient wisdom translates directly to modern success. Let me show you how. In business and negotiations, before any major negotiation, conduct intelligence gathering. What does the other party truly need? What pressures are they under? What alternatives do they have? Meanwhile, assess your own position honestly. What's your walkaway point? What unique value do you offer? Apple exemplifies this principle. They studied competitors deeply, understanding that most tech companies competed on features and specifications. Apple knew their strength was design and user experience. They positioned themselves where competition was weak, emotional connection with products rather than technical superiority. In career development, Most people fail because they don't honestly assess their skills against market demands. Study the people in positions you want. What specific capabilities got them there? What do they know that you don't? Then ruthlessly evaluate your own abilities. Where are the gaps? This knowledge lets you strategically position yourself for advancement. In personal relationships, understanding others' communication styles, emotional needs, and triggers while knowing your own patterns allows you to navigate conflicts more effectively. You can anticipate reactions and position conversations for mutual benefit rather than conflict. Here's how to implement this principle systematically. For self-knowledge, first, conduct regular, honest self-assessments. What are your actual skills versus what you think they are? Get feedback from people you trust. Identify your emotional triggers and decision-making patterns. Keep a decision journal. Track when you make good and bad choices, then analyze the patterns. For understanding others, research becomes your weapon. Before any important interaction, gather intelligence. What motivates this person? What pressures do they face? What are their past patterns of behavior? Social media, mutual connections, and public information become your reconnaissance tools. Create advantage through positioning. Once you have this knowledge, position yourself strategically. Engage when you have advantages. Avoid confrontations where you're weak and they're strong. Create situations where your strengths meet their weaknesses. The deception element. Remember Sun Tzu's teaching that all warfare is based on deception. Sometimes this means not revealing your full capabilities until the crucial moment. Sometimes it means appearing weak in areas where you're strong, drawing opponents into unfavorable positions. The ancient strategists understood that knowledge is the ultimate force multiplier. In our modern world, information is more accessible than ever, yet most people remain strategically blind, reacting instead of planning, hoping instead of positioning. Master this principle and you'll join the ranks of history's greatest strategic minds. You'll stop being at the mercy of circumstances and start creating the conditions for your own victory. Start today. Choose one important area of your life and apply this principle. Study the landscape, understand the players, assess your position honestly, then make your move from a position of knowledge rather than hope. The battlefield of life rewards the prepared mind. Will you be among the victorious few who understand the game, or the defeated many who simply react to it? The choice and the victory is yours. Like this video if it opened your mind to new possibilities, subscribe for more ancient wisdom applied to modern dominance, and comment below, what's one area where you'll apply the know yourself, know your enemy principle this week?